let's talk about a film. I'm Spooky Steve. The film is Substance.
People are gonna love that.
This film is out there. It's very Cronenberg, very wild and trippy, super amazing. I like to say super a lot, don't I? Yes, I do. This film is directed by Coralie Fargeat. This is her sophomore film. Her first film was called Revenge. It's a little film about, you guessed it, revenge. Yeah. This film also stars Margaret Qualley, Demi Moore, and the great Dennis Quaid. Yes, so Dennis Quaid has been in a ton of movies. I'd say Pandorium and Great Balls of Fire, fire. And then, obviously, we all know that Demi Moore's best role was that episode of Tales from the Crypt where she hooks up with the penguin. Yeah, he's not really the penguin. It's Jeffrey Tambor from The Grinch and Arrested Development and a bunch of other stuff. He's amazing. This film's amazing. Let's dig in.
People always ask for something new. It's inevitable. At 50, well, it stops.
Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? Younger, more beautiful, more perfect.
This film is about an aging actress, yes, who has unrealistic expectations, and she's trying to live up to, society's norms of what they expect from people to always be young, right, and thin and things of that nature, through the social medias and the, what's on TV and everything, magazines, right? Everybody wants to stay looking like this forever, right? I mean, if we could stay looking like that forever, wouldn't you? Yeah. So then, basically somebody comes along and says, hey, you can do that with some sort of cell regeneration process thing.
One single injection unlocks your DNA and will release another version of yourself. This is the substance.
I'm Sue.
Aging actress who apparently now is on some sort of, I don't know if it's a paid channel or if it's, on the local TV. I don't know. It's some sort of TV station where she does like 80s jazzercise videos. And that's what she does now. And she's famous for it, right? But she's older, and they're like, she's old. She's really attractive, but she's old, and we hate that. We only want young, attractive people. I don't know. So, she's kind of bummed out, and, she wants to be young again, right? She wants more attention. So what she decides, right, is, somehow there's like some USB flash drive. And this USB flash drive says, there's substance on it. Yeah. So she decides, I'm not really into it. The commercial for this thing doesn't really sell it to her, right? I mean, it's a very boring commercial. It's not very fancy or fantastic. Yeah, it's just sort of there. So she chucks it in the bin, right? Some stuff happens. She ends up going back, gets it out, right? There's this whole thing where she calls this guy, and he's never pleasant, right? And it always seems like she's interrupted him while he's eating something. Yeah. Now, he's not very nice, and she decides, I'm going to do it. And what it is it makes you younger, right? So it, it's a younger version of yourself that, comes popping out your backside. Not your butthole, but your back. Literally your back. That's why on the cover it's got the, the back with the stitches and whatnot.
You're hired.
Let's go.
Perfect balance of 7 days each. The one and only thing not to forget. You are one.
She goes to this sort of like abandoned storage area, it's all grimy and grungy. She goes in, she's got a card, right? They leave her a card. She goes in, and then, there's this amazing room with all these sort of mailboxes, right? And the card matches a mailbox. She opens it up, and there it is. It's a box for her, right? It's like an Amazon package or something. But she takes it home, and it's got all these different things in it, right? And it's got directions, and it's a video, and she's got to inject stuff, and, feed herself, and all this jazz. She does that, right? And then, like I said, Margaret Qualley comes popping out of her back. Yeah, just, right? Like David Cronenberg, very society, right? Very, not aliens with the chest pop, but maybe I don't know, The Fly, right? I don't know. So then, there she is, Margaret Qualley. It's a younger version of herself. It's still Demi Moore, right? She's still Demi Moore, but she's also Margaret Qualley. So now she's younger. Her older self is like totally out of it. In the video, it says, you gotta be one version for 7 days, no longer, and then the other version could be that, you know, for 7 days and no longer.
You can't escape from yourself.
There's been a slight misuse of the substance.
And each day, the younger version's got to, you know, do like a spinal tap, you know, like she's digging an old grave, do a spinal tap and, you know, suck out this stuff, right? She got injected in her, then she's normal, she could be this younger version of herself for 7 days. Well, of course, guess what? She gets a lot more attention, right? Everybody's going gaga for her. So all of her dreams and her hopes and her wishes came true. She's back on top. Everybody loves her. Dennis Quaid is, you know, perving out over here, and he's very excited that she's here. His name's Harvey, by the way. Probably, you know, a dash at, what's his name? Harvey from the Weinsteins and all that. You know, Harvey Weinstein. There you go, Harvey Weinstein. That's his name, right? So Harvey Weinstein for the Weinstein Company. That's probably what it is, right? I don't know. But anyway, so she's, you know, doing the jazzercise thing, and then eventually she gets, you know, offered this New Year's Eve gig, which is like a huge break, right? And she gets it because she's young and she's hot. Right, that's what it is. Right, she can't get it because she's older and hot. She's got to be young and hot, and everybody loves her. Whatever, right? So in between that, you know, she, you know, again, you could only be one 7 days, the other 7 days. You can't go longer because then funky stuff starts happening, right? So the younger girl, the younger Demi Moore, right, you know, wants to be younger longer, right? And so when she's Demi Moore and when she's Margaret Qualley, you know, it's the same person, but, you know, she really wants to be younger. And even though she knows it's not right, she still does it. And it makes her, you know, her older self upset. And so she's mad at herself, you know, like women are. And then she's, you know, just, it's the same woman. I don't know.
It's not working.
Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop?
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
You have to cut yourself.
You know, she starts injecting you're doing the spinal tap, you know, grave diggy thing, and, you know, it's getting pussier and gross and purple and oozy, and it's really gross, and you love it, right? If you know, horror dream, right? The special effects, the makeup, fantastic. It's all practical, you know, no CGI. At least I can tell. It's fantastic. I'm telling you, amazing. The Thing, Cronenberg, what are you gonna do? The Substance, Society, same sort of jazz. If you love that, which we know you do, I love it, you love it, we all love it. It's fantastic. Substance, it's got it, right? That's why I love this film so much. So, she, you know, stays herself longer. Some bad stuff happens. In between that, Demi Moore, you know, because she, you know, stays younger longer, when Demi Moore comes back, she's got like this gross big finger, right? And she's like all grossed out by it. So she ends up calling the guy back, right? The guy that gave her the substance to begin with. And guess what he's doing? He's eating a sandwich, I guess. I don't know. But, you know, he always seems like he's doing something like that. And she's interrupted him. I don't know. You tell me what you think. So he's like, you know, what are you calling me for? What do you want? And she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And he's like, okay, well, if you don't want to do it anymore, we could quit. You could quit at any time. Money back guarantee. Yeah. So, you know, she's like, okay, great, let's do it. And he's like, well, you know, whatever's done, you know, like on your body or whatnot, stuff's gone funky, right? You can't change it back. And she's like, well, I can't change it back. It's not right. Well, then she starts thinking, well, I do want to be younger still. So, you know what? Never mind. So, you know, then she's back and she's young again, and she starts hooking up with dudes, you know, and she has this one freak out where she's got to go get more of the spinal jazz, and at this point it's just oozing all over the place. It's like the back room of a Taco Bell. Yeah, super gross. And she's injected it into her, and she keeps doing that, right, until Demi Moore just turns into like this really old, witchy, just with gross, you know, leg at one part, and then she's just an old lady. It's sad. It really is. It, you know, tear to me eye, right? But then, you know, Demi Moore again and Margaret Qualley are the same person, right? But they, you know, they hate each other, you know, at this point. So Demi Moore is like, look, I can't change back. And then the young girl's like, I want to be young forever. Ah. she gets that New Year's Eve show. Dennis Quaid's perving out. He's got the board of directors coming to perv out on her. Her teeth start falling out, which is an amazing scene, right?
That
And she's like, oh God. And you know, she's wearing this amazing dress. She looks gorgeous. And her teeth start falling out. So she's got to make it out of the arena while Dennis Quaid and all these old pervies are trying to talk to her. And she's like, So she ends up bouncing out. Some bad stuff happens. Don't want to tell you the whole film. She decides that what she's going to do, right, because she's been in there too long, she can't get any more of the, the spinal tappy fluid from her old lady, who's herself. So she's SOL, right? She's, what can you do at that point? I don't know. But what she decides to do is she's like, you know what, I've got a great idea. I'm going to go ahead and use the substance again, even though it said not to, on myself. And now, my younger self, then I'm going to make another self of me now. And I'm going to be young and fantastic forever and get this show and be amazing. But it doesn't work out, right? So what ends up happening is she turns into the Elephant Man, the super gross, disgusting, Cronenberg-style society man with a butthole on his face and a face on his butthole. Not really, but Demi Moore's face is on her back. Probably a butthole's over here on her, rib cage. She's got, her boobie here, like an elbow here. I don't know what's going on here. Lots going on there. Super gross and creepy, oozy and slimy, right? Super slimy. That's what we like, right? Oozy and slimy. Yeah. So the substance got all the oozy sliminess you like. And if you love Demi Moore's face on a shoulder, this is it, right? So she decides she's still going to go to this show. She's going to introduce herself. She's going to instead cut out a picture that's been tormenting her the whole movie of her older self, Demi Moore. I guess tape it or, I don't know, put some sort of yarn in there, make a mask out of it, and she's going to go like that. With the, look at me, I'm so hot. Doesn't work, right? But this show, I don't know what, type of, station this is, but the dancers all on the stage have got, the boobs hanging out. There's like kids in the audience, so I don't know, I guess that's all right. But then she comes up, she starts, singing, and then the thing falls off, and people are freaking losing their mind looking at this creature on stage. Happy New Year. Right? That's the substance. Thank you for watching. Hope you like this film. Hope you like this review. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, right? Share with everyone. Wake the dead. Go watch The Substance. Root for Demi Moore. Go watch Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, go back and watch it up. Look it up. I don't know what it is, but that's the one with Jeffrey Tambor. And, they hook up. It's amazing. You've got to watch it. And, Great Balls of Fire is a great film. It's about Jerry Lewis. Yeah. Playing the piano and whatnot. I'm Spooky Steve. Have a good night.